I want to share with you 7 investments I believe you need to make that are going to both build wealth and just from a very practical point of view, improve your quality of life. And I've done all of these in my journey. Not that I have it all figured out, not that I'm some sort of like Yoda of life, but I will say that I can speak with experience from these and just let you know that, yeah, these make a big difference. And when you do them, and I'm going to put them in the order that I believe you should do them, then the results can be very, very solid. And there are really, it's kind of a situation where if you do them, I mean, I get it, nothing in life is guaranteed, but let me put it this way, you really, really tilt the odds in your favor of good things happening. And I should also note that when I say wealth, I don't mean in the sense of you have a Rolex watch collection, you own 15 Lamborghinis, and you have, vacation homes around the world. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying wealth in the sense of just quality of life, being in control, meaning you're not laying there stressed out all the time about how's this going to happen? What's going on with this? You just are in control. And to me, I would argue that is the most powerful wealth in the world when you can just have peace of mind because you are in control. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through each one in order and then just give you some thoughts on it. And I suppose take it or leave it. But like I said, these are the 7 investments I've made through the course of my life that really have done me well and greatly benefited me. Number 1, by far the most important, your health. If you're not healthy, then you're just setting yourself up for disappointment and failure in the big picture. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say you're not healthy and you still make tons and tons of money. Well, hey, have fun experiencing and enjoying all that money when you're all unhealthy. You're either stuck in bed or you take 10 steps and then you're out of breath or who knows what. But I mean, even if you make a bunch of money still, but you're unhealthy, I mean, what's that that's not gonna be fun. I mean, there's just no fun in that at all. But just from the practical point of view, when you are healthy, you have more energy. You have better mind clarity. And that's a good combination. Mind clarity and good energy. That's going to flow down to everything else. And again, not make anything guaranteed, but the goal here is to shift and put probabilities in your favor. And when you have mind clarity and good energy, you know what? That's going to make things that much more possible to happen. So number 1, by far, invest into your health and you're going to reap a whole lot of rewards from it. Number 2, which I would say you are already doing right now if you're watching and still watching this video at this exact moment in time, knowledge. Invest into your knowledge. What do I mean by knowledge? Well, just get some broad understandings. Just be knowledgeable. Not an expert in anything, but just get out there and be knowledgeable, which is why I would say you watching this, you're building knowledge, right? You're learning some knowledge. Now, whether or not you agree with it, that's another talking point. I would respect if you disagreed, but I do commend you, whether or not you agree or disagree, with your appetite, your desire to get out there and get knowledge. You are investing into your knowledge right now by investing your time to watch this video. I mean, think about it. You could be investing and using your time right now to watch, I don't know, The Bachelorette or something like that. I suppose there's some value in there in some form or another. I don't know, but you're not. You're watching this video, but you gotta go get out there and invest into knowledge. Because when you have general knowledge, you can start to fine tune other areas of these investments as we're gonna see. So let's go on to number 3. Number 3, your career. And there's many little hidden components in this, which is why knowledge comes first. And I'll get to these other components and the other investments that I want you to make. But like I said, when you get knowledge, you're gonna have a good understanding, for example, of, well, what actually is a good career? Meaning, if you think that going to 4 years of school at some private university or public university and loading yourself down in debt to get a degree in the history of Roman bobsledding, I don't know if you're going to be able to make a very good career in that. That's going to be a hard investment to make. But if you have the knowledge to actually understand how to determine if something's a good career, well then, you know what? You're going to be in a much better spot. In fact, I will put out 2 free videos. Now, I do offer a personal finance class, but like I said, I released 2 of those videos from that class for free. So I'm going to put a link down to both of those. That'll make sure that you're not setting yourself up for failure when it comes to your career. So the videos down below are definitely along the knowledge lines of, hey, let's make sure you have the knowledge to actually be choosing the right career and how you're going to actually get to that career, especially if you're thinking about going to a university and taking out a loan to do that, because that is debt and you don't want to let that spin out of control. But number 3, your career. Number 4, side hustles. It is now time to invest into building multiple streams of income. And it is much easier to build multiple streams of income when you actually have some money that you can invest into doing that. Now, yes, I know a lot of side hustles proclaim, hey, you don't need any money to get started, but that is the joke. Any side hustle worth anything is gonna require some money. Now, I'm not saying it's a ton of money, but it is gonna require some money. But again, that's not gonna be an issue. Why? Well, because investment number 3 you made was your career. And because you have knowledge, it is actually a worthwhile career that when done properly, because you have that knowledge, you're gonna have money left over, right? You're gonna have some money that you can use to invest into side hustles. And again, the idea with side hustles is multiple streams of income. You don't wanna just depend on your career for your only stream of income. Any wealthy person I've ever studied, does not have one stream of income. They have all sorts of streams of income. And that is what I want you to be after now investing with item number 4. And again, it's 4 because at this point, you'll have that career and you'll have those streams of income. Now, if you're really young, then maybe you'll have the side hustle before the career. You could be out there knocking on doors, for example, and knocking on doors, trying to mow lawns. I'm not saying that's going to be the career the rest of your life. That would be more of a side hustle. But so if you're, doing that while you're still in school or something, then these ones could be flipped around a little bit. But just in general, you want to be focused on side hustles because you want to diversify your streams of income. Number 5, it's time to get savage and kill your debt. Now, maybe you don't have any debt. So if that's the case, hey, well done. You get to skip over this one. But it is an investment to pay off your debt. Because when you pay off your debt, well, then you don't have to pay that debt anymore. And when you don't have to pay off that debt anymore, you have more cash flow, which cash flow can then be used for the next couple of things that we're going to be focused on here. But the first dynamic here is we need to kill that debt and we need to invest in getting it paid off as quickly as possible, which should be very, very possible when you have a career, when you have some side hustles going on. Like I said, I'm not saying this happens overnight. It depends on just how much debt you have. It should be very minimal because up here, knowledge before you did your career. Again, watch those videos down below. They will make sure that this step right here does not spin out of control. I want to reemphasize that again, especially if you're a younger person and you're thinking about going to college. Watch those free videos. They will make sure that this situation is very, very manageable, or who knows, maybe doesn't even exist at all. But regardless, step number 5, investment number 5, get that debt out of the way. Number 6, investment. Start to get involved in the stock market. Many, many ways you can get involved in the stock market. Me personally, I'm involved in multiple ways really. I trade the stock market, I invest in the stock market, which are two different styles of the market. And then I also have a teaching business revolving around the stock market too. But the point here being, even if you do none of those, just put some money in the stock market. Put your money in the stock market. You hear the news, the only people getting rich are the investors. Well, that's what I'm saying. Invest into the stock market. Invest into companies. And I mean, there's all sorts of stuff on this channel about investing and all of that. But you want to be, again, diversifying. And when you do this, you're creating another stream of income for yourself, especially if you use certain stocks. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But point here being, and again, why is this possible? And how can you do it very, very quickly and efficiently? Because you have your career, you have side hustles, you have eliminated the debt, you have money sitting around. I want you to put some of that in the stock market. That's the number 6 investment. Investment number 7 you need to make is send it to Nigerian princes that you get in the email when you have to send it over. Because if you send them like $1,000, then they're going to send you like 10 million back. Any spammy email, that's investment number 7. No, I'm just kidding. Investment number 7, real estate. Real estate, why before the stock market? And I actually did it backwards. I did real estate, and then I got more so into the market with my long-term investing. So I suppose you could flip these, but real estate is much larger numbers. I mean, when you're talking about buying a house as opposed to buying a stock, the numbers are different. But again, depending on how these other things have taken place, these could be flipped around. But the moral of the story is the same exact thing. Investing into real estate not only is giving you assets, and in this case, a very nice asset, a physical asset, where a stock market, those are just tangible. I mean, they're just pieces of paper. But when you're getting into real estate, I mean, you can go outside and pick up dirt, and that's all real estate is, just dirt, right? You're investing into location. But real estate, not only is it an asset, it is another stream of income, assuming, again, you're doing it right. But because you know this, you have the knowledge, and you're going to know how to get knowledge. So when you get down to that area, you'll know how to get, more so the fine-tuned knowledge that, applies to just real estate. Then you're going to be in a much better position possible. So these are the 7 investments that I've done, and they've made a great difference in my life. They've allowed me to have lots of different freedoms. And, if you are at all interested, and like I said, taking full control, being able to have that wealth, improve your life, then these are 7 investments that I want you to consider to really get laser focused on, because it will definitely make a difference in your life. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. Comments, questions, suggestions, leave those down below. Then finally check out the channel as a whole. And, especially if you're somebody that's seeking after more so the stock market type stuff, a lot of information here. And hopefully you like what you see enough to hit that red subscribe button. But yeah, get out there, make these investments, and start to take hold, take control of your life, which is, again, the ultimate wealth you could build. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only 1 losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.